energy of knowing there's so many good women, including yourself, that could push it to be a really exciting race?
It will be so exciting because we have a very strong will. So for me, it's helped me to motivate me well, to work hard, and sometimes to get run how can do marathon because without strong ladies, you can't run out to do a faster marathon. Yeah.
And speaking of that, when the field is so fast, it can kind of bring out an extra element in you when you're competitive and want to win a race. One thing that stood out to me about Tigis Asefa's time, the world record from Berlin, is that she did so much of that alone. Like, do you think that because of that, it's possible for women to run faster if there was like a race to the finish at the end of something like that?
Yeah, it can, and it depends how, where, and technology. Because like here we can't run faster time in Valencia and Berlin. You can do it with pacemakers, but here without the pacemakers, I think it's impossible to run a whole time. Yeah.
That makes sense. So is your family here with you this year?
Yeah, they're here with me. They're so excited to be here for the second time.
Amazing. So your daughter was here last year too then?
No, she was here during half.
Okay, during the half. So
Yeah.
she's been to New York before. What did she want to do on this return trip? Is there anything that she's excited about?
I think for the first time she's excited to see the mom doing 26 miles.
Yes.
In Central Park, most especially to watch mom entering Central Park. I'm so excited for her.
Yeah. Where do you know where she's going to be cheering? Like at the finish line?
I think they're on the finish line for the family feud.
Okay. Yeah. Very good stuff. Thank you, Helen.
Hi, how are you doing today? So, congratulations for coming to New York. When I last spoke with you in Boston after your win, you weren't sure if you were going to do New York or not, and obviously you're here. How has your training been since Boston to get here?
Since Boston, it's like 5 months. So far, my training has been going on so well. And I'm ready. When you come to this big race, you must be ready. So I can say I'm ready than where I was in Boston.
Do you feel more pressure running now since you're the Boston Marathon women's winner because now all eyes are on you?
Yeah, I do feel like, everybody now, they're gonna watch like Boston Marathon is here, so you're gonna try to show them you can do much better than Boston. And everybody's watching you, expecting you to win. So I have a lot of press to work extra hard than Boston.
Do you feel New York City Marathon is a harder course compared to Boston? Because runners are always trying to compare the two courses.
For me, I don't think so, because I was here last year. It was not so hard, but like few miles, like 4 miles is the hardest. But in Boston, it's a Savage Coast Road because it was so cold. So for me, I think here it's more easier than Boston.
What would it mean to you if you win New York City Marathon?
Winning 2 major marathons here, it will be a wonderful moment for me. It will be an exciting moment because winning Boston and coming to New York, winning here, so it will be so exciting for me.
Last question, when you're lining up before the marathon, do you interact with the other women athletes? Like, how do you view them? Do you view them as your friends, your colleagues, your competitors, your motivation to push yourself?
You can just take them like your competitor because you are competing with them, and you can just say, I have a long, long way to go with them. So you can just say like they are always like your friends, your mentor, your colleagues. So you take them like it's part of your part of your life, all the journey up to 26 miles.
Thank you, and good luck on Sunday.
Can you speak to also the elite field for the women's side especially is so loaded with so many great competitors? How does that kind of change your approach or your goals for how you attack this race with so many women, that are going to be very competitive?
It's elites. Ladies are very strong, but I do count myself. I'm also the strong, but it depends the way you have trained, your tactics, and how you're gonna perform. It's a tough course, it's a long journey, so it depends how you are preparing for the race and how good you are. Yeah.
How's the training in the United States versus back home? Because you're still with Jason, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Is it very different? I mean, in terms of the surface or the scenery or the method?
Training has been going on so well because the climate with Boulder and Kenya is the same.
Oh, okay.
And I have training mates, I train with them like Kenya, so I can say like I eat food like Kenya, so I can say like nothing much changing when I was training in Kenya and here, so I can say it's all the same because I get everything I need like when I used to do in Kenya.
And who else from, sorry,
No,
who
you're
else
good.
from your group is, from your training group is running this race on the women's side?
No, they do track races only.
Oh, really?
Yes.
And I was going to ask you, I mean, the OAC, that club out there on the track has had such a great year, and now you're kind of part of that on the road side as well. How do you hope to keep that going, and what's that kind of special like for your club?
Watching them doing so well in World Championship, Diamond Leagues, and we train together, so it gives me like, even me, I can do much better because they showed me like they can do it. So even me, I say like, when I'm going to a race, because your training mates are performing so well, you also count yourself that you're going to perform so well like your training mates.
And are you a marathoner full time now, or do you still have track ambitions?
I can say I'm road race full time, no turning back to the track.
No turning back?
Yeah.